Hi, I'm Paul. Welcome to your mat today and this ultimate hamstring routine. I love this practice. It's very deep stretch. It's going to help release your hamstring muscles. I'm going to offer you alignment cues and pointers to help you open things up safely and effectively. It's for all levels. You'll want to have a block or two or something similar and a blanket, or we can always roll up a mat if necessary. I think your hamstrings are going to thank you for showing up today. Let's get started. We'll begin on all fours to help heat things up. Slide everything off of your mat. Place your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Lift your right leg in the air behind you with the knee bent. And 5 times we're going to pump the leg up and then bring it down to this initial position. So here we go. Pump the right leg up, bring it down. Pump it up and down. 3, 4. On 5 we hold. So keep pushing the heel towards the sky, and this is, again, heating the hamstring muscles up before we stretch. Then exhale, bring your knee to the floor. We'll lift the left leg. 5 times. Push up, bring it down. 2, 3, 4. Last one, and hold. See if you can push your heel a little bit higher. Exhale and release. Walk your hands a little forward of the shoulders, melt the chest. Let's lift up and back to downward dog. Good hamstring and calf stretch. Bend a knee, straighten the other leg, moving back and forth a few times. Just feeling what's here for you today. What is arising? How does your body feel? What's coming up for you in your mind? It's a mindfulness practice and a deep stretch practice. And now try to hold a steady dog. If your hamstrings are open enough, you'll go straight legs. Otherwise, you can bend knees and lift your tailbone. Try to find a curve to your low back. Root your hips up and back. And let's bring knees to the floor. Lift the right leg up in the air behind you. And then we'll swing the right leg forward into lunge. Back knee down. So we are going to open the hip flexors here first. Let's lunge deeply into the front leg and rise up. And you can extend arms alongside ears. So deep bend. We do want to balance, not just opening the muscles on the back of the leg, but the front as well. Lift through your chest. Front foot and back knee pull towards each other, and you'll feel your leg muscles engage, and especially hamstring of the front leg as you pull back when you do that. And then exhale, release, bringing hands to the floor, and we'll stretch front leg straight to a runner stretch. It's called Ardha Hanumanasana. Now, if you're not able to have your hands on the floor here, prop your hands up on blocks or just bend the right knee a little bit to get there. Then pressing your right heel down, start to pull the heel back isometrically so you're not moving it, and you'll feel how the muscles engage to stretch. Turn your belly over your thigh, lengthen through your torso, and fold over your leg. Just relax the muscles of your face. So soft jaw, soft eyes. Keep the action consistent. Heel pressing down, pulling back. Inhaling, lengthen forward, bend your knee. Just go back to all fours, and then left leg. Swing it forward, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Can always pad the back knee with a blanket if necessary, if it's too much pressure on the knee. So front foot, back knee, pull towards each other as you sink into the front leg and stretch your arms up alongside the ears. Breathe deeply, relax your jaw. Exhale, hands to the floor. Front leg straight, coming onto the heel. So this is one of the key alignment cues, right? This pressing the heel and pulling back, because that engaging of the hamstring is very effective in protecting the hamstring as we stretch. And especially because we're getting to the hamstring so early in the practice, and we want to make sure we are using the muscles effectively. Heel presses down and pulls back and safely. You turn your belly over your thigh and fold. Crown of the head is reaching for the foot. Now, if you're tighter here, you could be propped up on blocks and you're just extending your chest forward. This is the kind of routine you can come back to again and again to help in time, right, create incredible openings through your hamstring muscles. And if you're a runner, a biker, a hiker, or as I like to say, any kind of this is the one for you. Now lengthen forward, bend your front knee, let's lift the back leg and we'll step forward to a standing forward fold. Feet hip bone distance apart. Make sure your feet are parallel to each other. If when you're folding, your low back is excessively rounded and it's higher than your waistline or just below your waistline, your sacrum, then you want to bend your knees and even try to lift your tail towards the sky. If you're able to fold with straight legs, you'll do that. You could always prop hands on blocks or hands to ankles or shins. Let's spread the toes to engage the leg muscles. Feel like you're drawing from the ground up through your feet, up through your legs, into your hips. Now take your hands to your outer upper shins, and let's bend the knees, all of us, a couple of inches here. With your hands on the outer shins, start to push the shins in towards each other, and then maintaining that action, widen the inner knees and the inner thighs a little bit, and then stretch your legs towards straight. So this helps to line everything up as we're stretching. It lines up the knees, hamstrings. Let's relax your face. Deep breath in and out through the nose. Then bring hands back to floor blocks. Let's step left leg back to lunge. Crescent lunge can always modify with back knee on the floor. Otherwise, we're stretching arms up alongside the ears. So sink deeply into the front leg, thigh bone parallel. Again, just heating things up as we move towards our deeper stretches shortly. Lift up through the belly, draw your shoulders back. And then bring your hands to the floor. Now you could use blocks as well as we stretch the front leg straight and come onto the heel of the front foot. Same action as before from our runner stretch. Press your heel down, pull back isometrically. Try to drag the foot back, doesn't move. Turn your belly over your thigh. And try to lengthen your torso out of the waistline as you fold. And I'm folding pretty deeply here, but for a lot of us, we might be propped way up. It's a very difficult position. So if you're struggling with this, that is definitely the case for most of us. Exhale, bend the knee, and step forward. Right foot back to lunge. Crescent lunge, rise up, arms alongside ears. Back leg lifting strongly, or modify with back knee on the floor. The whole time we're breathing in and out through the nose. Just have a light smile maybe. Soft eyes. Hands to floor blocks. Front leg straight. Come onto the heel. You can always bend the knee some if you don't have blocks or if it's just too tight a position for you. Heel presses down and pulls back. Right hip draws forward. Turn your belly over your thigh as best you can. And exhale, bend your knee. Let's step forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale and release. Grab a hold of a block. If you don't have a block, you could use a blanket that you fold up to a pretty thick level. And a short stance, not quite pyramid pose, but similar. We're placing the ball mounds of the right foot up on the block, and the left foot is back just about a foot or so. And from here, we bow forward bringing fingertips to the floor, to a block. You could even use a chair here. If you're really tight here, a chair would be great. You could bend the knee a little bit if necessary. And let's press the big toe mound especially into the block. We're bowing directly over the right leg. Just relax your face. Oof, hello, hamstring. Definitely feeling this one. You can feel it in the calf as well. Take one more breath here. Inhale, we'll rise, and then we'll switch sides. Slide the block over. Left foot up on the block, especially the big toe mound, pushing through the block. Right foot is, it's not back too far. Then we fold, turning belly over the thigh. Now, the more vertical you get through the front leg, in other words, the more you shift your hips forward, the deeper the stretch. Big toe mound pushing into the block, the blanket, or whatever you're using. It could be a book as well. Relax jaw. One more breath here. Inhale and rise up. All right, shake it out. We're going to save folding into a forward fold for a little bit to feel the difference. Let's come back to runner stretch, only this time this changes the action a little bit. Heel up on a block or a blanket or a book. Hands on the floor or on blocks, so any kind of prop. You could also just do this again with heel on the floor. Every time we do it, we come back to it, it's going to go a little bit deeper. Now press your right heel down into the block, start to pull back, turn over your thigh and start to fold in. You could stay like this, or if you really want to amplify it, you could try bringing right elbow to right big toe for what we call sobenus maximus. You get the big bicep going. Maybe the small bicep, but either way, the bicep is going. Right elbow to big toe. Keep pressing heel down. Pull back. Good. Exhale and release. Take your time. Switch sides. So left heel up on block. Pressing the heel down, pull back, turn your belly over your thigh and fold. You're reaching crown of the head towards the foot. You're going to reach left elbow towards big toe. You can maximize it. Feel that. Exhale, release. Step off of the block, slide it off to the side and come to standing. Now take a blanket. Gonna do a small roll with the blanket. If you don't have a blanket, you could use a mat and just roll your mat up. We're gonna do forward fold with ball mounds up on the roll. And then we'll do pyramid pose as well. So ball mounds on the roll, heels are on the floor, hands will come to floor, to the blanket or to blocks. And we fold forward. Feel like you're pushing through the roll. Right? Big toe mounds, Pressing into the roll. Lift your tailbone towards the sky. You can bend the knees a little bit if you need to, but lift and spread your toes, and that'll help prevent hyperextension. You want to feel like the top of the shins, right, they're moving forward even as you root your thighs back and stretch your legs straight. Keep lifting your seat towards the sky. Keeping the right foot on the roll, pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Step your left foot back to a short stance. Draw your left hip forward, right hip back. In fact, let's take the right thumb into the right hip crease to help pull the thigh out and back as you fold over the leg. So this rooting of the thigh bone helps to effectively stretch out hamstring muscles. You bring hand back to the floor or block. We'll step the left foot up, right foot back. Pressing especially through the left big toe mound. Right hip drawing forward, left thumb into left hip crease, pull it back. So you're rooting your left thigh bone back. Relax your face. Breathe deeply. Release your hand to the floor. Let's step right foot up on the roll again. So both feet are up. Uttanasana, or standing forward fold on a roll. And then step off of the roll. And let's see how it feels now. How are your hamstring muscles doing here? Oh yeah, it's a whole other level, right? And bring your hands to your hips. Draw your shoulders back. Inhale. And rise to standing. Good, shake it out. All right, let's do one seated pose. So we'll do the Crouchasana or heron pose. You can pull your right leg back into Virasana if this works for you, or keep the right leg straight out in front. Bend the left knee and grab a hold of the left foot. Now, if you're not able to grab the foot, hold the back of the thigh or use a belt. And as you lift the left leg up, resist your left hip forward. Relax your face, soft jaw, soft eyes. So you're going to lift through the side body, shoulders draw back. It's okay if you're falling back a little bit, but try to pull yourself. The action is you're pulling your chest forward and up. Exhale and release. Left leg on the ground. Let's take the right leg up. Grab a hold of the right foot. You could also pull your left foot into Virasana. Right foot draws back. Find your variation of the heron pose or Crouchasana. Lift through the side body. Draw your shoulders back. Soften your jaw. Soften your eyes. Exhale and release. Okay, lie back. Stretch the right leg straight out in front. Pull the left leg in. Clasp your fingers behind your left thigh, or use a belt around your left foot, or grab a hold of your left foot. I'm grabbing the big toe of the left foot. Try to find a natural curve to your low back, so you're not pressing your low back into the floor. And as you draw your left foot overhead, resist your left hip crease towards the front of the mat. So imagine your thumb is in your hip crease like we had it before when we were standing. Left hip resists forward, left foot draws overhead. Exhale and release. We'll switch sides. Right leg, either hold the back of the thigh, hold your big toe, or use a belt. Right foot draws overhead, right hip crease resists forward. One more deep breath here. And then release. We'll bend the knees. Happy baby. Holding onto the feet. Pull down, and at the same time that you're pulling the feet down, push your feet up. And this actually fires your hamstring muscles up again. It's a great exercise to do if you have a tweak at your hamstring, is you're pulling down and resisting up. This rooting of the thigh bones is great therapy for the hamstring muscles. Exhale, release, and we'll stretch out for Savasana. That was really good work. I want to commend you for showing up, and I hope that you feel relaxed, and that your day unfolds like you just feel a difference in your gait, the way you're moving through the world. This is definitely one of those classes to come back to again and again. So please stay in Shavasana for a while if you have the space in your day. I hope you enjoyed practice. If so, be sure to hit the like button and to subscribe to the channel. Never miss one of the 3 classes that Summer and I add each week. So grateful to be on the mat with you, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.